Okay, so hello to you guys on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and Instagram and Rumble. Hello, hello, hello. And now we're live on our Spreaker with our Spreaker friends. And of course, we're live with our friends there on TikTok. Howdy, dowdy. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday night show. Saturday night where it's open mic night. Open mic night. Well, hello, 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 hello. All right. A couple things. We're getting a little bit of... I don't know, some thunderstorms in the area, but it's, nothing really like major. But if you hear a lot of, some thunder or something of this nature, it's simple thunderstorms. But yeah, I think we're going to be fine now. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it would just pop up thunderstorms. I am ready, as you guys know. I am so ready for fall. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. So this right here will be my background for now on until Christmas, because when Christmas comes around, after Thanksgiving, that's when I put up my Christmas background. And so this is it for now until then. What I was talking about, my friends, earlier is I'm going to find this picture. I need to find this picture and then send it to a company that will do a fabric background, because this is vinyl. Vinyl is a pain. If you guys ever are trying to do like a background, don't ever get a vinyl background. Don't ever do that, because if you ever have to fold it up, it is such a pain to iron. So just blah. Don't even fight with it. We technically do already have the Halloween one on a Friday night show. So I put the Friday night one. It's different up. So yeah, I'll keep the Friday night show, the background. That'll stay. But this right here is for now on. For all the shows except for our Friday show. So that's when I change it out. All right. Everybody, I'm Bishop James Long, and I appreciate you guys being here. Howdy, howdy. Appreciate you. So a couple things before we get into our fun-filled, exciting show. If you want to go to my website, it's real simple, bishopjameslong, LONG.com. Hello, bishopjameslong.com. If you want to go... now, by the way, if you want to take online classes, if you're interested in paranormal, demonology, angelology, genealogy, if you're interested in taking these classes, folks, they're free now. They are free. And because I primarily made them free because I just it was my way of saying, nanny, nanny, boo, boo to the trolls. Because, the trolls were saying nasty things. And, I knew he was doing this for money and all this other stuff. It's $12.50 a class. There are 4 classes, $12.50 a class. So I gave them away. And so they kind of pretty much shut the trolls up, but I'm sure they'll find something else to complain about. But anyway, if you want to take these classes, they are now free. So here's what you need to do. Go to bishopjameslong.com and click on the class link. And they're all 100% on Facebook. It's a private group, and their links are there. Now, here's what I do ask you to do. Because we do not get paid as clergy, we do have a fund, and we would like, if you could, please consider donating something to the church. All the funds go to Abbott Tommy, and he takes care of everything, because sometimes our clergy, like I said, we don't get paid from the church. We don't receive a paycheck, and sometimes they need help. And so I think we have about I would usually charge $49. Yeah, $49.99 for the class, and which is very, very cheap for 4 classes. And I think we now have like 325 new students. That's $16,246. Last I checked, we have $450 in the church's account. So I don't mind giving them away. I really don't, but I do ask that please consider something. You don't have to, but if you can, if not, keep us in your prayers. We do ask that. Now, if you want to go to the church, it's a paranormal class. You can learn paranormal, demonology, genealogy, and angelology classes that I put together. I created, and they're online for you guys if you want to learn them, and you learn at your own pace. And so, but again, that's bishopjameslong.com. Click on the class link. Now, if you want to go to if you need help, so if you're having issues in your home and you want clergy to get involved, this is what you have to do. Go to bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal link. And you just fill out a form, an email, and then the Society of St. Benedict will get back with you. And I do ask that everyone does this because, again, we do this for free. And I'm getting requests from all these social media outlets, and it's hard to keep it, it's hard to keep them all organized. And I don't want to lose your request for help. So I do ask that everyone goes to bishopjameslong.com, click on the paranormal link if you need help, and then just send an email. And then we'll dispatch a team to you. All this is free. We don't charge anything for this. Nothing at all. Not a penny. So we put a team in your area. They investigate. These are seasoned investigators. They're not young kids. Not that there's anything wrong, but they're seasoned investigators. And they try to explain what's going on. And then after that, they gather all the information and they present that to our abbot. And then if our abbot thinks that the clergy needs to get involved, we will. And so that is how we do this. So we just it's just easier to do it that way. Because like I said, I don't want to lose your request for help. And that's the best way. And well, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And also, let me just double check. Oh, the church's website. Church's website is usocc.org. So if you want to know more about the church, usocc.org. And one last kind of business, if you will. We have a retreat coming up next year. And I believe it's April 2025. And by the way, you're invited. You can go. You have to make arrangements at the Todd Hall Retreat Center. And we're going to have consecrations. We're going to have the people being consecrated to the episcopacy. Father Sean's going to be installed as an abbot. Individuals are going to be making their perpetual vows to the Benedictine community. So it's going to be beautiful. We're going to have lectures and presentations. So just contact Todd Hall and you can just sign up, for them. But I'll give you more information as we get closer to probably around January or so. And that way you'll know. And by the way, yep, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Judy Ann. Judy Ann had placed in the chat room, I'm going to be in Moundsville Prison Paranormal Conference. So there's a Moundsville Paranormal Conference in September the 14th and 15th. And so I'm also going to be at the Bel Air House on the 13th. And this is going to be in September. So let me find this information. It's West Virginia. Let me get the, hold on one second. There it is. WV, as in West Virginia, WV Pen, PEN Tours.com. So WV Pen, PEN Tours.com. And if you click on the events, and it's, there it is. I put it there. That way you guys can see it. On Facebook and Twitch and Instagram and all that stuff. Really, it's you can go to wvpentours.com/Paracon, PARACON, and you can get your tickets there. It's going to be a really, really cool. Thank you there, Bill. Thank you for putting it. It's going to be a very cool event. I'm looking forward to it. A lot of speakers are going to be there. I'll be there, plus some folks will be there as well. And so again, wvpentours.com/Paracon. And that's going to be coming up here really soon on the September 14th and 15th. So right around the corner if you're in Ohio. And one more event that we're going to be doing, as Judy Ann reminded me, at the Arkansas Paranormal Expo. So if you're in Arkansas, I'm going to be at the Arkansas Paranormal Expo. So arkansasParanormalExpo.com. That's the website. It's a benefit for the MacArthur Military Museum. It's a historic landmark, and so they do a fundraiser for it, which I'm all about. And there's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. I will be giving presentations there as well. Plus, you will see several of the items that I will be bringing with me on both locations. I'm going to be bringing some haunted items that I have collected through the years. You will see the Wayne Gacy paintings. John Gacy paintings. I will have the Dahmer glasses with me. I will have the doll from the show that I'm on, the Eli Roth Presents Legion of Exorcists show that you can watch on Travel Channel on HBO Max. So that will be with me, plus a whole host of things that you have not seen before. So on both locations. So if you're in Ohio, there it is, and West Virginia. And if you are in Arkansas, ArkansasParanormalExpo.com. Don't forget, get your tickets, folks. Get your tickets, because once they sell out, that is it. Okay, what was the one? It's WV. Let me get that one for you for a second. 1 second. It's West Virginia, Ohio. It's WV Pen Tours.com. Thank you, Bill. WVPenTours.com/Paracon. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. So there we go. That's what it is. WVPenTours.com/Paracon. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. And so that's all the business. And don't forget, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Bible study. And it's open for everybody. We'd love to have you guys. Judy Ann will be there. Miss Wilma will be there teaching our kids Bible study. Judy Ann will be giving a reflection and teaching from the laity perspective. So we're going to have a good time. And don't forget, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, that's our Bible study, okay? Looking forward to it. Truly is looking forward to it. Oh. Yeah, now we got both of them. So this used to be just a oneer, one. Now we got two. Now shoot, both of them were late for the barn. I cannot believe this. Okay, folks, here we go. Yep, they sure both. I think both of them were. They're both kind of cray. Okay, hello, ladies. Hello, Judy Ann. Hello, Miss Wilma.
Hi, Bishop Long. Hi, everybody.
Okay, well, hello there, Miss Wilma. Hello, Judy Ann. Are you there with us? Well, thank you. Thank you.
I am here. Yes, I am. I have my hot drink going, and I'm ready for a good show.
Oh, I am too. I'm looking forward to it. So we're ready to rock and roll, aren't we?
We are. Did we cover everything? We got the Moundsville. So. We got Arkansas. Am I forgetting anything?
Moundsville and Arkansas. Oh. Yeah, no, I think we are good, aren't we? Howdy. I think we are good, aren't we? Did I forget something?
I hope so.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. So there we. Oh, yes. Actually, I do. I would like to meet up with a team in Memphis, Tennessee, because
that's right.
Yes,
that's right.
I'm going to be going to Graceland, and for the Arkansas Paranormal. Prior to the Arkansas Paranormal, I would love to meet up with the. My gosh, what are you typing away, girl?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mute myself.
Did you? I mean, whoa, goodness gracious. Miss Typist over here. Wow, I tell you what.
I apologize.
Yeah. So remember, boys and girls, the speaker is right up to my ear. Okay.
No.
So.
Okay.
Huh?
Sherry, we have Bible study on Wednesday and Sunday. So we don't do Bible study tonight. It's open mic night. We do teach Christ teachings on open mic night. So we do have Christ teachings on Sunday and Wednesday, just to address your comment there.
What was the comment?
That we are forgetting Christ's teachings.
Okay, and Sherry, you're obviously forgetting Christ's teachings because obviously it says you shall not judge. And before you judge someone, perhaps maybe you should get to know that we actually have night prayer Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have Bible studies on Sundays and Wednesdays, usually from 8 until 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I never see you there. So perhaps maybe, maybe before you judge and throw stones, again, read that part where Jesus said, don't judge anybody, and perhaps maybe you should actually know the community first and the individuals first before casting judgments, because ultimately you look foolish when you do that. So anyway, ridiculous.
There we go. I put the night prayer link up there just for her so she can see it.
Yeah. It's amazing how people are just so judgmental and without even knowing. So, well, thank you very much, Ellie. Bye. Okay, folks, let's get into it. We have you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to keep, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to keep the comments on for everybody on TikTok. Normally we turn them off for the first hour, but we'll try to leave them on just, but yeah. And by the way, let's say I took 6 months to teach Revelation, where I broke Revelation down. I mean, literally line by line. And we still took 6 months of doing that. We started in February the 14th, and now I'm doing it with Genesis. But hey, thank you for being here. All right. So, Miss Wilma, you watched oh my gosh, that echo. You watched a terrible show, I believe, that had Donny Osmond on. Is that correct?
It was not a terrible show. But what happened? He was on Celebrity Family Feud.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did him dirty.
Did they win?
That's why they did him dirty.
No. See,
He didn't win because they wouldn't give him a chance to talk.
No. That is not absolutely not. That's not how it did. They didn't win because they said, "What color shirt are you wearing?" And they said, "Huh?" And that's why they didn't win.
No.
So they were
no,
playing.
Seriously, they was poor Merle. I don't know what happened to him, but he was trying to say pacifier, and he was going and he pushed the button, and then the other character, of course, got him. He's like, "Oh, that's what I was trying to say." But yeah, it was, and the TV, the whole channel, it was all scrambled. Its colors and everything on it. It was jumping, and it was a crazy night.
Okay, let me just address something real quick on TikTok. Thank you. For those of you who are offering gifts, echo. For those of you who are offering gifts to the ministry, I sincerely appreciate that. If I don't thank you, it's because I have two different computers running at the same time. So I have a chat here, a chat here, a chat here, and a chat here on TikTok. So just a heads up. If I don't say thank you, it's not because I'm being rude. It's just because I just don't see it. So, because I might be looking here. So thank you for those of you who are sharing the live. Appreciate that. For those of you who are offering the gifts, thank you very much. And for those of you who are liking, remember, tapping is clapping. I think they were saying it. So keep on tapping. We appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Okay. All right, Miss. So let's get started on some of these jokes. First of all, for those of you who don't know, if you're brand new here, from 8 to 8:30, we just goof off, have a good time with Judy Ann, with Miss Wilma, and myself. And then at 8:30, I'll get into your questions as I do every single time. And we'll talk about your demonology, the paranormal, the ghosts, and goblins and ghouls, and all that stuff, or whatever you want to talk about. We'll do that in about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so Miss Wilma, let's start with you. Okay.
Did you ever try to catch fog?
What?
Did you ever try to catch fog?
Catch fog. I have a feeling you might have tried to catch fog. No, I have not. No.
I did, but I missed. Get it? Missed.
That was good.
Hey, come on.
That was good, Mama.
That was not. That was terrible.
Honey.
That was good. I'm there. I just clapped to her. Bishop Tracy's asking for sub chat only. We're getting a lot of.
Okay. Sub chat only is on because people can't behave and act like nice people. So there we go. Sub chat is on. Sorry, folks. That's the way it's going to go. Trolls. Here's the deal. We don't tolerate trolls here. We're adults. So if you want to troll here, you're wasting your time. I know that trolling and being nasty to people for some strange, odd reason makes you happy. For us, we don't tolerate that. So we just put sub chat only on, and that's the way it's going to be. So we'll turn it on for everybody later, or otherwise we'll just keep it on for the whole show. That's just the way it is. So
okay,
until TikTok fixes this problem, that's the way we got to deal with the situation. So sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. All right. What do you got there for us, Miss Judy?
Well, I do have a joke, but I have to address Regina. She was asking when you were going to get around to teaching Revelation, but she was joking. So, yes. Well,
wait a minute. That one right there, that deserves. There we go. That one deserves it. That deserves it.
That's just for Regina.
That was a good one, Regina.
Okay. That was excellent.
Yeah.
How do you know if a vampire is unwell?
Ooh, how do you know if a vampire is unwell? I don't know. Miss Wilma, do you know the answer?
No, I do not.
I don't either.
Because he'll be coughing.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I got the donkey. He doesn't like my joke.
Oh, that's great.
No, you're so mean.
That dog, that poor donkey sounds like he's 100 million years old. All right, that was great. Sorry, folks. I do apologize for the torture that you are enduring at this moment. Okay, Miss Wilma.
Wait a minute, Bishop. Would it help if I breathed helium and told a joke? Would that make it funnier?
Now
Should I do that?
That would be good. Now that we got to start. Absolutely. Yes. Studio audience. Studio audience.
Order some helium.
Studio, they like that idea. They like that idea, Judy Ann. There you go. But see,
I'll have to do that then.
but see, you don't have to worry about that because Miss Wilma can let you borrow hers because she breathes in helium every day. I'm telling you, everything, especially when she tells her jokes, but it doesn't work. Okay, Miss Wilma, what do you got?
I did not hear what you just said, this wrong.
Well,
what did one garfly say to the other?
I have Judy Ann. Do you know the answer?
I do not.
You sure glow, girl.
Oh, okay.
No, Judy, even you got to say that was really.
Come on, that was good.
Miss Wilma, man,
That was
Miss Wilma.
cute. I thought it was cute.
No.
I thought it was cute.
Miss Wilma
And
did.
I agree.
What's that?
Oh, I agree with Rock Angel. She says Jesus created helium for entertainment.
That's
so I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Well, so we got to do that. We got to, maybe it'll help with Miss Wilma's jokes. Okay, what do you got for us, Miss Judy Ann?
Is it my turn or is it
hello.
Wilma's?
Good morning there, Miss Judy Ann.
Oh, it's mine. Okay. Where do pirates get their hooks?
Where do pirates get their hooks? I don't know, Miss Wilma. Do you know where they get the hooks?
Bishop Long probably makes them.
Oh, snap now. Oh, snap now.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us what's the joke there, Judy Ann?
It is, where do pirates get their hooks? And it's in secondhand shops.
Gosh, that is terrible.
Yeah, that was okay. All right.
Man, ladies, this is rough. This is rough tonight. I don't know what your problem is, but I'll bet it's hard to pronounce. Okay. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Was that?
He does.
What?
Say that again, Wilma. Say that again, Wilma.
You always get the drum beat, don't you?
I mean, Wilma, don't pick on me. If you spoke your mind, you'd be speechless. All right.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
It was an accident.
What kind of a bird never has a bad hair day?
What kind of bird never has a bad hair day? I don't know. Judy Ann, do you know the answer?
I have no clue.
A bald eagle.
Oh, no, that's good. Oh, that is. Don't you dare boo her. That was a good one. I want to hear drums. Wilma, that's funny.
That's actually funny.
Oh, Wilma, don't. Why? What do you seriously?
Oh.
Seriously.
Oh, okay. Why couldn't the sesame seed stop talking?
Why couldn't the sesame seed stop talking? I don't know.
He was on a roll.
Man, these are rough tonight. My gosh.
Oh, come on.
Man.
Come on.
Yeah, I have a riddle for you, Bishop Long and Julianne. But how do you spell candy in 2 letters?
How do you spell candy in 2 letters? I don't know. Okay, what do you want? Judy, do you know?
No, I don't.
C and Y. Get it? 2 letters. C and Y.
No. He said, no, Miss Wilma, that's no.
That's cheating, though, because that's technically 3. No, wait a minute.
And Y.
Okay, but Bishop, isn't technically the ampersand a letter? So she's got 3 there.
It technically is. Well, you got to understand, Wilma is so crazy. Wilma is so crazy. She locked herself in a mattress store and sleep on the floor. I'm just so you have to understand. Sometimes
that was a riddle, Bishop Long.
That was a bad riddle.
2 letters.
Wilma, you know what? Wilma? All day long, I thought of Wilma. All day long, I thought of you, Miss Wilma.
I'm scared to ask. Why?
Simple. I was at the zoo. I mean, man, come on, folks.
Ouch.
Wilma is so crazy. When they said order in the court, she asked for fries and a shake. I'm telling you. What?
Those are pretty good.
Wilma, Wilma, because you picked on me today. Wilma was picking on me before we went on air. Wilma, I want to know, how did you get here? Did someone leave your cage open? So.
We didn't let him get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. Judy Ann, you're so crazy. You put lipstick on your forehead to make up your mind. I mean, come on. Come on.
Oh, my.
What do you got? What else you got?
What else you got? Hey, what kind of music do Bubbles hate?
What kind of music do Bubbles hate? I don't know. Miss Wilma, do you know?
No, I do not.
Pop.
Oh, that is cute. I love that. That is so cute.
I think the howl was just going way, way, way down there. Nope. That was terrible. That was Pop. That's why several people got it.
What kind of street does a ghost like best?
I don't know.
Don't know.
What kind of a street does a ghost like best?
Don't know.
Dead end.
Yeah, these are rough. These are rough tonight.
Where do hamburgers and hot dogs go dancing?
Where do
meatball?
Oh, boo!
Meatball.
I'm done. Cheers.
Truly do
Cheers,
not like my jokes. I'm getting a big old jug of helium.
I'm getting a big old jug of moonshine.
Something laugh at our jokes.
What's that?
We're going to give you something for you to laugh at our tag.
Yeah. Then there we go, folks. That's why I say. See what happened there? As soon as I played that, then all of a sudden she goes, see, you think I'm joking? Miss Wilma, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So what were you trying to say?
I had something.
Oh, please tell us.
Indiana police use state law to steal money without a cause. If you're in Indiana, be careful. If you're sending your packages FedEx, beware. The state of Indiana could be sizing them without any warrant or problem cause. According to the lawsuit filed by the Institute for Justice, police have been sizing FedEx packages containing cash and then taking the cash under civil assistant for forfeit. Is a process which police can take anything suspected of being involved in a crime without a warrant or a conviction and then keep the loot for themselves. In this case, it's happening at the nation's second largest FedEx hub, located at Indianapolis International Airport. Police dogs sniff packages and flag those unexpected containing cash. Officers then remove the tape and go through the packages and take the cash for themselves if they find any. So if you're in Indiana, be careful.
Yeah, there's so many scamming going on. It's crazy. There's too much. Now, guys, listen to this. If you have not seen this, you might want to. This is by Ben Hooper. You might want to go online and check this out. California's kayakers' great white shark encounter was caught on camera. It's a pair of California kayakers were followed for several minutes by what appeared to be a 13 to 14 foot great white shark. And the encounter was actually caught on camera. I mean, this looked like a scene from the movie Jaws. Ian Walters, a sixth grade science teacher from Oakland, said he and a friend were fishing from their kayaks in Half Moon Bay when he noticed a large fin sticking out the water behind the other man's kayak. He says, we watched it kind of go back and forth and around and started following me. He told KABC TV, and we just tried to keep each other calm and not give any reason for a reaction from the shark and just let it towards some seals and eventually let it go. So Walters said the shark did not show any apparent signs of aggression. He said it's disconcerting because it's a new experience for me, not so much that the shark was doing anything scary. And he said the shark lost interest in the kayaks when its attention was grabbed by nearby seals. I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen this, I saw the video of it. It really does. It looks like, to me, from a scene from the movie Jaws. And just type in California kayakers great white shark encounter. It is crazy. It really is. Did you see that, Judy-Ann?
I saw another one where a shark attacked a guy in a kayak, and it kind of came out of the water and bit his kayak and really scared the guy.
Yeah, that was a tiger shark. I saw the same video.
That was the tiger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what kind of a shark it is. They all have teeth and they all eat. So they can stay away from me.
That's right. Right. Do you have a story you want to share with us?
You know, I don't have a story. What I have is a question for you. This has been on my mind for a while. And I know with all of our paranormal fans, they would be interested in this too. They've asked similar things. If you don't mind me asking, in your capacity as an exorcist, I'm curious if demons have different characteristics like we would refer to a personality. For instance, are some definitely nastier and bolder than others? And is there a hierarchy among demons? And do you know when you've encountered what you might consider a leader or a kingpin among demons? Is that a legitimate question?
It is, but I'm going to answer that question when Miss Wilma gets off air, because she is terrified. Terrified of demonology.
Well, so am I. Okay.
I'll answer that after she gets off air. But yeah, I will definitely I'll definitely address that. Miss Wilma, do you have any other stories for us?
I know, but I have my movie because it's 8:32.
Okay.
My movie is The Message in a Bottle. One day, a woman, she's a journalist, finds a heartbreaking message in a bottle that came on the beach. She tries to see if she can find the man who wrote it. After finding him, she starts falling in love with him. But I don't want to tell anybody what's going to happen. But I tell you what, this is it's a teardropper movie. It's very powerful. It's got Kevin Costner and Paul Newman in it. It's called Message in a Bottle.
Message in a Bottle. All right. Well, we'll have to check that out then. All right. Well,
it is great. That is a good movie.
I know y'all want to get to your paranormal, so hope everyone has a great night. And I do love all of you.
Well, hold on. Normally I have to do the I have to do the exit. But Wilma's just like, okay, goodbye. See ya.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We normally have to say goodbye. So, all right. Thank you, Miss Wilma. Thank you, Miss Judy-Ann. I'm telling you, folks, this is what I got to deal with.
I'm sorry. This long. I always know at 8:30. I always sign off with Smash in my movie.
All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh. Well,
am I supposed to? Good night, Mama.
Good night, Judy. And I love all of you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Am I supposed to leave too, or did you need me to repeat that question?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay. Well, then, don't forget what I asked now, because lots of people are wanting the answer.
I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah, Miss Wilma, she was like, goodbye. She's like, I'm out of here. Oh, man. Yeah, I know sometimes there's an echo when and the reason is Miss Wilma, she struggles with, and she's talked about this before. Miss Wilma has struggles with hearing, and so she has her telephone up really loud on speakerphone, and that's why there's a really bad echo, and you can hear my voice coming back through to Miss. So that's why. Yeah, and that's what happens, and that's okay. That's okay. We work through it. To the best of our ability. So, yeah, the question that do they have different personalities? Let me close this story up. And the rankings. Well, actually, yes, there are rankings just in demonology, so just as, of course, in angelology, because that's what demons are. Demons are fallen but unconfined angels. And there are 3 spheres, if you will, or tiers or levels when you're talking about angels. And you have the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. And of course, the second one, or second level, second tier, second sphere, is dominions, virtues, and powers. And then finally, the third one is principalities, archangels, and angels. Now, Satan, Lucifer, was a cherubim, or is a cherubim. And he's one of the highest ranking. And it's interesting that an archangel, Michael, of course, battled Satan, who is a cherubim. Many people actually look at Michael as one of the either a cherubim or seraphim as well. So there's even debates as far as, how can an archangel overthrow the highest level, one of the highest sphere angels? In this case, it would be Satan. And there's other cherubims and seraphims and thrones besides, Satan. As far as personalities, there was an interesting case that I had where this gentleman, and I've talked about this before, he would get up in the middle of the night and he would rock back and forth and go into to this trance. And he suffered from transient possession, where there was multiple demonic entities possessing him. And he would make this clicking noise, and a completely different personality, totally different personality would come through as far as the demonic. Some demons, for example, one would be like a mocking demonic. Another one would be just laughing, constant laughing. Another one would be deep guttural, like a growl. So it's interesting because the personalities were certainly different between these possessions, these demons coming in and out. That was a case that I worked, and that was a pretty violent case. And obviously his mom, his wife was quite terrified, and understandably so. And we actually have a recording, which I played during I'll be playing that during the West Virginia and Arkansas Paranormal Expo, where people can actually hear it, and they'll be able to hear the clicks that he makes, and a completely different personality, totally different, comes in. And so hopefully that answers your question. All right. I have a lot of, angels will have different personalities. Oh, sure. Yeah, he was, this guy, his wife was terrified, and understandably so, because at first she actually thought that he was suffering from dissociative identity disorder, because the personalities would change just like, well, thank you, Ellie. The personalities would just change just like that. And she didn't understand how 1 minute he could be laughing, this guttural laugh, and then the next, just, a couple of seconds later, it's totally different. The whole entire personality changes, the facial expression changes, what he says, everything. It's a totally different identity. So originally, that's what she thought. Maybe that's what he was suffering from, for some form of psychosis with dissociative identity disorder. But that was just simply not the case. Oh, thank you. There is a Tread. I appreciate it. Tread. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Listen to this one. This story here, I want to pass on this story. This is crazy. Listen to this story, everybody. This is from T.K. Randall. And a Russian chess player filmed smearing poison on opponents' pieces. You think you're, playing chess, and but you never thought that someone was going to poison you, for goodness gracious. So this is by T.K. Randall, and a Russian chess player was filmed doing this. A prominent Russian chess player is under criminal investigation following an apparent poisoning attempt. It says here, chess can be a tough game, especially when you're playing against some of the world's best players at a tournament, which is perhaps why one prominent player recently decided to enact a devilish plot designed to take her opponent out of the game without actually having to beat them. So according to reports, video footage captured the moment Amina Arbakarova tried to poison her opponent by smearing mercury from a thermometer onto their pieces. The tournament itself took place in the Caucasus Republic of Dagestan, and unsurprisingly, she now faces not only criminal charges, but also a permanent ban from chess. You think so? Pending the outcomes of the police investigation into her actions. Now, her rival did, in fact, handle the poison pieces and later fell ill, which is what prompted officials to look back over at the footage in the first place. This is crazy. I'm telling you, chess, of all things, who would think that chess now would be a dangerous sport? I wouldn't call chess a sport, but anyway. Right. Who would have guessed? Isn't that crazy? but it certainly did happen. You know, miracles certainly happen as well. Listen to this, and this is also from T.K. Randall. You know, I don't think any of us like the idea of falling. Could you imagine falling from a 16th floor window? Now think about that for a second. A 16th floor window and surviving. Thank you, Lorraine. A 4-year-old who hails from France not only survived the fall, but somehow avoided any serious injuries. So the idea that anyone could survive unscathed after falling 43 meters from a high-rise window might sound ridiculous. Yet, this is exactly what happened in France recently when a young boy fell from the 16th window of an apartment block on May the 26th. Now, according to reports, the boy, who suffers from autism, seemingly panicked after accidentally locking himself inside his own room. And when his father was finally able to break down the door, he was greeted with the terrifying sight of an empty room and a window that was wide open. And looking down from the balcony, he could see his young son lying on the ground far below. I could not imagine. Miraculously, however, by the time he had got down to the bottom floor, he found the boy not only very much alive, but seemingly none the worse for wear despite such a huge fall. And his parents quickly took him to a local hospital where he was kept in for observation. But apart from a small scratch on his leg and some other minor injuries, he seemed to be totally fine. And within days, he was back to school as though nothing had ever happened. Folks, that is amazing. That 16 floors, and you with minor scratches. And then people say miracles don't happen. Come on. I mean, that is a miracle. If you fall from 16 floors, 10 floors, you could do some serious damage. From 16 floors, that is pretty amazing. So I'm going to turn chat on, as I promised I would do. Let's see if people can just behave. Guys, just be nice on TikTok. Just don't stop being rude. Stop ruining for everybody. Really, trolls, go away. Just go away. And if you don't, then you're just going to get blocked. That's just the way, because I won't. Here's the deal with trolls. You're not going to get my attention. I won't react to you. I won't even acknowledge you. I acknowledge people who are respectful. Well, thank you. I don't acknowledge trolls. And so the only attention you're going to get is from the moderators, and they're going to remove you. So you'll be wasting your time. Okay. Now, this is another really crazy, this is from Ben Hooper as well. Best way to be. Yeah, just leave people alone. On Saturday, that's seriously. To me, it's kind of sad. On a Saturday night, people have nothing else better to do than to troll clergy's live. Ben Hooper says this: a Michigan man thought his $257,000 lottery prize was a scam. It says here, a Michigan man delayed collecting his $257,000, his lottery jackpot, for 6 months for one simple reason. He thought it was a scam. A 41-year-old Michigan lottery official man said he didn't realize he was gaining entries to the big cash second chance jackpot by playing eligible games at MichiganLottery.com. So he was suspicious when he received an email, which I understand that, about a $257,000 prize. He said, I saw an email back in February informing that I won $257,631, actually. It was a second chance prize, but I figured it was just a scam, and I deleted the email, the player said. And in addition to the email, I received several calls about the prize over the last few months, but I still thought it was a scam. And recently I decided to look into it, and when I found out that it was a real prize, I was floored. So the man said it took until he was collecting his prize to fully believe it. You know, that's to me is a sad state of affairs. There is so much scamming going on. And I understand why I can understand that. I completely understand. Oh yeah, you won $500 million. Click this link and you'll collect your money. You click that link and then all of a sudden your computer crashes. It's sad. But let me tell you something. and I believe this with all my heart. People who go around scamming others, they will not be able to scam God. When the day they breathe their last breath, then they have to face God. They have to see God face to face. And they won't be able to scam God. Oh, it was just a joke. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I didn't. You see, the scamming thing, what goes around comes around. And there's eventually going to be a time where if you go around hurting people, you will have to answer for that. And that's just the way it's going to be. And there's no other way to escape it. So but yeah, it's sad. But that's speaking of lottery, by the way, I love this story. There's people who are losing their jobs. People are full of anxiety and stress. And I understand this. Well, Ben Hooper says, he writes this article. A South Carolina woman experienced a reversal of fortune when she won a $300,000 lottery prize just days after losing her job. The low country woman told South Carolina education lottery officials she visited the old pantry store in, of course, the area and bought a $10 $300,000 Gold Rush scratch-off ticket. The woman who had lost her job just a few days earlier said that she was stunned to reveal the $300,000 top prize. She says, I'm still in shock and extremely grateful. She said, I never won anything before. And the winner said the prize money will offer some welcome financial relief and allow her to buy a new house. She says it's crazy how things worked out. I see stories like that. I think it's great. Because if you've ever, lost your job, that's a scary thing. That's very scary. And it's not, I don't know. That would be, it's terrifying. Thank you. I think if I've had a situation where my job situation, the company went under. It was just, the upper management wasn't doing a very good job with their finances. And so there was times where I had to be let go because, the company, the management did terrible. That's scary. That is really scary. So, but it's nice when you see stories like that. Most of I don't like heights. I'm not a fan of heights. Just don't like them. Ben Hooper says this is crazy. A British daredevil broke a Guinness World Record by skiing off an 18,753 foot cliff and then parachuting to the ground. Could you imagine? So Joshua Bregman, that's his name. If you want to look it up, Joshua Bregman, Bregmen, Bregman, 34, earned the title of the world's highest altitude ski-based jump when he completed the stunt on Mera Peak in the Himalayas. Bregman said that he and his team spent 2 weeks preparing for the record by scouting the jump spot and clearing debris to ensure a smooth ski. He said the dream was to do several nice S turns and S like this and ski elegantly off the cliff. But in reality, all we had to do was just a humble rock-filled runway and an exit of nearly 6,000 meters. He told Guinness World Records, he said, I did some nice heavy breathing before the jump. Through exhaustion and the lack of oxygen, I can imagine. But this just added to the exhilaration, especially with Everest in the backdrop. Wow. And Bregman's record attempt was aimed at raising money for charity and increasing awareness of human trafficking in Nepal. Well, good for him. Good for him. I'm going to see if you'll just take the stairs. I don't know if I'll take the stairs or just the elevator. 18,000. I think I'll stay in the plane. I think that's probably. Let me see if I'm going to see if I can type in YouTube and see if it's in here. There he is. Yeah, that's okay. Yep, there it is right there. Let's see him. Click him. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. No. Yeah, that's you'll have to take that. That's no. You'll have to look that into. Just type in Joshua Bregman, Bregmen, on YouTube. Yeah, a helicopter, absolutely. You know, I've never parachuted before, but I think I would. Just no, see, being in a helicopter and being in a plane, it doesn't scare me because I'm not going to jump out of it. I'm not going to jump out of them. So, although I got to tell you something, there was one time when I was in a plane that I truly thought that was it. I really thought, okay, I got to make peace because it's the end. So, I'll tell this story quickly. There was back in the day, when I was in the seminary, the undergraduate seminary was closing for financial reasons, so I had to transfer to another seminary. And this is when I was looking in Chicago, and I was looking at a seminary in Minnesota. So I went to Minnesota, and then I flew back to Chicago to go to check out Loyola University in Chicago. And so on the way back home to Chicago, it was like a level 5 storm. It was in the middle of the night, and this storm was dangerous. I mean, this was over 20 years ago, and it was really, really dangerous. 24 years ago, and it was the lightning was everywhere, and we were in a 50-seater jet, and lightning, I mean, just striking everywhere. It looked like it was 3:00 in the afternoon because lightning had just lit up the sky. And so we were getting ready to go in, I think it was Midway, and we heard a loud pop. And the only thing we heard was the wind that was flowing, obviously, through the plane. The engines were off, the auxiliary power unit, everything was off in the plane. And the emergency lights came on the aisle. The flight attendant ran from the back to the front. So obviously we knew we were in trouble. And she had, I guess, talked to the pilot. And she told us, heads down, stay down, prepare for crash landing. Because we were pretty far away still from the airport. And the wind was just knocking. It was terrible. I mean, I think they had tornadoes at that time, and it was just throwing us all around, and we had no power. The engines were done. So I looked out the window, at a window seat, and the houses and the trees were getting pretty close. And I was like, okay, well, that's it. This is it. And it is true. It is absolutely true. My life, I saw myself as a baby all the way to where I am now. It was so like a blink of an eye, and it was so fast. Well, thank you there. Thank you. It was so fast. And I remember saying, okay, God, I'm ready, because I had surrendered, because there's nothing I could do. So I did a quick prayer, and I was like, oh, it's time. And then that's when the engines kicked back on, and boy, I mean, he put full force on, because we were, I'd say, maybe 20 feet away from the trees at that time. And the engines, I mean, it jerked. One woman actually broke her seat. I mean, it jerked so hard. And so then the pilot went around a couple of times, and he said, we're going to make a very hard landing. So head down, stay down. And we did. We hit hard. But that captain, they were not going to fly back up. They were like, we're putting this plane down because it's just simply too dangerous. And we did. And we hit. Man, I swore, I was surprised we didn't pop a tire, because we hit that hard. And finally, when we landed and the plane came to a stop, everybody was clapping, and people were crying. It was scary. And so, yeah, he did well. He did well, but you could tell. I mean, they were frightened. They were scared. That was a scary moment. So. But yeah, I've been in a helicopter before. No, I don't. And helicopters, they just don't. As long as it's well maintained, as long as the aircraft is well maintained, then I don't have a fear of flying. I just have a fear of the plane not staying in the air. That's the only fear. Yeah, I wouldn't like a hot air balloon. No. That's too much. To me, that's too much out of the I don't know. That's at the mercy of the elements, and I don't know about that one. So I'm definitely going to stay in either a plane or a helicopter. By the way, snakes. I don't like snakes. I know they're important for the ecosystem. I get it. But Ben Hooper says this: if you were in Virginia recently, well, a utility company, the officials said a power outage affecting 11,700 customers in Virginia was caused by a snake. So Dominion Energy confirmed that 11,700 customers in Newport, including Christopher Newport University, lost power recently this past Saturday. Crews discovered the cause of the outage that was a snake that slithered into a high voltage area and came into contact with a transformer. Electricity was restored to all customers about an hour and a half, and the type of snake responsible for the outage was not identified. Can you imagine? A snake. And I don't know. That's kind of scary for a minute. That's kind of scary. A snake was able to cause a power outage of almost 12,000 people. A snake. I mean, if we're that vulnerable with our power, and then we're worried about, bad guys, and we rightfully so, but I mean, if a snake can cause a power outage to almost 12,000 people, we got to do better. Miss Wilma, she's still in pain, but she was there today, so she was rocking and a rolling. Yeah, it must have been a rattler. I don't know. Can you imagine 12,000 losing your power just because of a snake? And finally, Ben Hooper says this: I don't know anything about this World of Warcraft. I don't know anything about it. Nothing. But I don't know. A New Jersey man put his insomnia to good use by playing World of Warcraft for more than 78 hours, breaking 2 world records in the process. Justin O'Donnell, a Marine Corps veteran, all right, logged into the massively multiplayer online role-playing game and played it for 78 hours and 30 minutes. O'Donnell was allowed a 5-minute break each hour, but he used his rest time to eat and play with his dogs rather than sleep. And he finished his 78 hours, 30-minute gaming session with 80 minutes of unused rest time. He says, I got physically tired, not so much mentally. I don't suffer from a lot of the typical issues when I'm awake for so long, like hearing things and things of this nature. So some people start to slur the words and might even be mistaken for intoxicated. I typically don't get any of that. He told Guinness World Records. His gaming marathon broke the record for the longest video gaming marathon playing World of Warcraft, which previously stood at 59 hours and 20 minutes. And he also took the record for the longest video game marathon playing MMORPG. I don't know what that is. MMORPG. So, okay. Well, there we go. So he's a veteran. Well, good for him. I mean, that's I guess that's wonderful. I just 78 hours. Can you imagine this World of Warcraft? I've heard of World of Warcraft, but I've don't know anything about it. So apparently, it's a really very popular movie. But okay. Oh yeah. I think that's yeah. So it's a massive online role-playing game. Okay. Yeah, well, so there we go. Oh, your son plays it. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people love that that game, but like I don't really play a whole lot into. This is crazy, guys. Listen to this. This Conjuring story. This is getting crazier by the hour. This is getting crazier by the hour. If you have not heard of the Conjuring House, so there's a lot of stuff going on right now behind this. Well, not really even behind the scenes. It's public now. So, well, thank you. Appreciate that, Dog Norman. This is nuts. This is by Eli Sherman, the star of the hit TV show Ghost Hunters, is seeking help from the police, saying he's been harassed by the owner of the home featured in the film The Conjuring. So the new owner of the house, The Conjuring, Jason Hawes, who I have met several times, who starred in the paranormal investigation series Ghost Hunters, filed a police report last week with the West Greenwich Police Department. Hawes told police he's received several threatening and harassing text messages from Jacqueline Nunez, who owns the Conjuring house. The Burrillville farmhouse, also known as the Old Arnold Estate, has been on an international draw for paranormal enthusiasts ever since it was made famous by the 2013 supernatural horror movie The Conjuring. Now, some of these text messages were just extremely vile, Hawes told Target 12. She claimed I was there trying to do an unaliving plot. And Hawes, whose daughter worked at the house for nearly 2 years, said he started getting harassed online and via text after Nunez made claims last month that he was trespassing on the property. And according to a police report, Nunez posted surveillance video on social media showing what appeared to be a man leaving the property in a truck, and she wrote that it looked like Jason Hawes. And Hawes said it has been disproven that the man was him. He claims Nunez then started sending him several text messages, including one that stated, quote, "You will someday be prosecuted for your slander and numerous unaliving attempts on my life," end quote. The Hawes, I watched the video that Jason made about this situation, and Jason says that there was a woman, or a group of people, investigators, who came to the house, and they had a truck, and they were supposed to meet Nunez because they had paid for an overnight. And they were there. They knocked on the door. She was not there. She showed up and eventually told them to go away. She said, "Okay, hold on." This according to Jason. She said, "Hold on, I'll be right back." She shut the door and didn't let them in. So the people then got angry and they got back in the car and they drove off. Well, now this is just, wow. This is. So anyway, it says, quote, "I am told that you know of the unaliving attempt on me," she texted, according to the police report. Quote, "I will never be defeated or destroyed by any cursing paranormal person now or any time in the future." Nunez, who didn't respond to several requests for comments regarding Hall's accusations, has been at the center of a number of controversies. So former employee Brian Danisol last month filed a complaint with the state seeking $9,000 in unpaid wages. So I think Dan Sorrell was fired earlier this year after Nunez said that the spirit of the home's 19th century owner, John Arnold, claimed that he had been stealing from her. She said, quote, "It does not matter whether you believe in the paranormal or not," Nunez said in a statement last month. Quote, "I and every person is entitled to experiences that bring understanding and meaning to our lives, including being informed or warned about wicked actors and actions. As far as Brian goes, my experience with him devolved quickly, culminating in his at-will employment termination." This is insane. Dan Sorrell last week filed a lawsuit in Rhode Island Superior Court accusing Nunez of wage theft, defamation, and harassment. And similar to Hall's, Dan Sorrell said the owner had been harassing him online via text message. She says, quote, "I hope you get ruined, arrested, and persecuted for the rest of your life," Nunez wrote in one text. See, here's the deal. This is serious stuff. And there's a lot of accusations being thrown around. Look, I know Andrea Perrin. She grew up in the Conjuring house, so she was there. And I'm going to tell you, she has a great book called House of Darkness, House of Light. There are 3 books that tells about her experience. You can get them on Amazon. And if you really want to know what happened in the Conjuring house, get the books from someone who actually lived in that situation. But I got to tell you that Andrea absolutely was convinced that there was evil there in that home. And when you buy places like this is the type of activity that will happen. It's not just, ghost going boo. It is clearly, I think, based on what I am seeing, and I know Jason. Jason is not a violent person. Jason would not, that's not his, that's absurd to even think that Jason would do anything like that at all. That's not his nature. It's just not his nature. And so, but this, in my opinion, this is a classic case of demonic oppression. So when you buy places like this, and I mean, this stuff happens, and it's a scary thing. It really is. It's but people are buying these haunted places, these locations, thinking that maybe they'll start a business. And I understand, I get it, but there's also it can take a toll. If you got to be very careful. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can Vatican, Holy Church, Illuminate or Illuminati. Okay, maybe so. I'm not Roman Catholic, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so troll. Well, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, what are you going to do? Some people. Speaking of, yeah, Andrea Perrin, that's true. Yeah, definitely keep Andrea in your thoughts and prayers because, she was, and she let people know that she was diagnosed with a serious illness. So yeah, we certainly have to keep her in our thoughts and prayers. So here's the deal. If you want to get in touch, if you need assistance, you got to go to bishopjameslong.com, click on the paranormal link, and we can kind of go from there. And that's the best way to okay. Oh, goodness. A group on Facebook has made not false suggestions against you and maybe address it. Well, Catherine, I mean, here's the deal what people don't understand. Thank you for the gifts, guys. People, what's happening now that I am actually seeing is people are filing lawsuits against people who go online and defame someone's character. And someone thinks that is protective under their First Amendment. No, it's not. No, it is. Slander is not protected under the First Amendment. So I don't know why people think they can say whatever they want to about individuals and there are no consequences for it, because yes, they are. Now it's a different, you can say, in my opinion, I don't like this. He's not a good priest, or this person is not a good person. Okay, that's fine. But if you actually spread lies and defamation against the person, you absolutely can be sued for defamation. And that's not protected under the freedom of speech. And so there's a lot of people that are making some really serious, as a matter of fact, there were some people who were making some serious disgusting allegations against a particular priest, friend of mine. And these people thought that there would be no consequence for it until they got sued. And those individuals who are making these defamatory comments are now losing their homes. And rightfully so. So because some of these comments were really disgusting, and they were trolling and thinking, well, there's no consequence. Oh yeah, there is. That you're not protected under the freedom of speech. Defamation is not a protected right. That's illegal. Slander is illegal. And so that's they're being sued, and I'm very happy about that. Very happy. Anybody who goes around slandering another person and thinking that that's okay, we have laws for that. And so there we go. I don't know, Dragon Lady. We just simply right now it's all on hiatus. We just simply don't know, because a lot of shows were either canceled or perhaps put on a hiatus status because of the strike, the writer's strike that occurred in California. So there's still some issues going on there. So we just simply don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But I think they should. I think because there's so many requests for the. A Dragon Lady was asking, will there be any more episodes of Legion of Exorcists? There are so many people who ask about that. So I mean, the ratings were pretty good for it. So there's definitely an interest. Yeah. Speaking of scary houses and haunted houses, TK Randall says this. Remember the house from the 1982 horror movie Poltergeist? Well, it's now up for sale. So the iconic house used in the horror classic has been occupied by its original owners since being built in 1979 and directed by Tobe Hooper and written by Steven Spielberg. Poltergeist told the terrifying tale of a family who became besieged by malicious haunting that culminated in their youngest daughter being pulled through a portal to the other side. And of course, starring the late Heather O'Rourke, the film remains firmly entrenched in the minds of anyone who grew up watching it back in the 1980s. It's still considered a classic to this day. So now, for the first time since the movie was released, the house used in the exterior shots of the family's home is up for sale for anyone who happens to have deep enough pockets. It is situated in Simi Valley, California, so you're going to be paying some money. And it's available for a measly $1,175,000. Anyway, it was picked for use in the movie because it just looked like any normal suburban home. And, quote, Stephen liked that house because it was the end of the road. And production designer Jim Spencer said back in 2015. And it was a 2-story valley-type mock Tudor, and it just fit everything. So the neighborhood was what we call Spielbergia, where E.T. and a couple of his other films were shot. And he always wanted to be in a normal residential area. So there we go, folks. If you have $1,175,000 just lying around, well, there you go. You might go buy the house there in Simi Valley, California. I don't know. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Gorilla. Yeah, can you imagine? I think we'll have to have a lot more gifts in order for us to get 1 million. Can you imagine $1 million? That is great. That is a lot of money. I don't know about that one. That's yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. There's no way. So, oh yeah, chump change. I don't know what you're doing for a living, but you need to tell me all about it, because I tell you what, that is a pretty big stuff. That is amazing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you who like Bigfoot hunting, yeah, I see. Here's the deal with it. I love nature, but I don't think I would like to go Bigfoot hunting, and I'll tell you why. I think you need to be more afraid of the natural predators rather than running into a Bigfoot. Bears, mountain lions. That's something that's pretty serious. That to me is, now you're dealing with the real stuff. But Jennifer Sandlin wrote this, and I want. So, okay, I'm going to try to do it with a serious face here, because, all right, serious face. You can now see Bigfoot's buttocks imprint in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Okay. So she says, I visited the Bigfoot Museum in Blue Ridge, Georgia, and there are plenty of Bigfoot museums across the United States in places like Willow Creek, California, Boring, Oregon, Portland, Maine, and then a place in Florida. But despite my love for cryptids, I'd never been one until yesterday, and it was well worth the wait. Yep. So I was lucky enough to spend some time in the North Georgia mountains over the weekend, and Bigfoot is really popular around these parts. Well, while buying some cool Bigfoot earrings from Timber Top Creations in the Blue Ridge, Georgia downtown market, they told me about the nearby must-see museum featuring the famous cryptid Expedition Bigfoot, the Sasquatch Museum. So Expedition Bigfoot describes itself as the world's largest Bigfoot museum, containing 3,700 square feet of exhibits and artifacts. And it claims to have the nation's largest permanent display of footprint casts and the world's only Bigfoot research and tech vehicle on display. She says, I spent a couple of hours perusing the exhibit, which is chock full of Bigfoot sightings from all around the world, even fecal samples. For those of you in Kentucky, that's waste. One collected by Dr. Matthew Johnson in 2016 in Southern Oregon, at 36 inches long. Anyway, books about Bigfoot, newspaper clippings, footprint casts galore, equipment for tracking and recording the creature, and loads of eyewitness sketches and accounts and recording of Bigfoot, several Bigfoot creatures talking in their own language, lots of display, and even a Bigfoot buttocks imprint. For those of you in Kentucky, that's the butt imprint. I'm from Kentucky, so I'm allowed to say that. Cast by Paul Freeman, well, thank you, near Walla Walla, Washington in 1993. So, for those of you who live in Walla Walla, Washington, congratulations, you have the first butt imprint of Bigfoot. Now that's something to be proud of. That is something talking about shake a tail feather. So perhaps the most bizarre item displayed in the Yeti section of the museum, where you can actually see a finger bone that, according to the museum, was smuggled out of Nepal and hiding the finger bone of an actor Jimmy Stewart's wife lingerie bag. So the museum explains that DNA testing revealed it contained human DNA. That's true. So anyway, this person goes on and on, saw a bunch of articles, but what was the most interesting thing was someone made a cast out of the Bigfoot's butt in 1993. Let me try to read this section here. In Walla Walla. Okay, I don't know. In 1993, east of Walla Walla, Washington, Paul Freeman discovered tracks that led to Sandy Bank along a dry creek. The Sasquatch apparently sat down on the edge of an elevated bank and left a distinct imprints of its derriere. Again, in Kentucky, that means, the rear end, which Freeman decided to cast. And Dr. Jeff Meadram, professor of anthropology at the University of Idaho, noted, quote, evidence of a tailbone at the deep natal cleft, the cheeks of the cheeks. Okay, I don't know. I can't. Let me try to blow this up. That way I can see it and read it to you properly, because I don't want to. I can't believe this person actually. Okay. So Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum, professor of anthropology at the University of Idaho, noted evidence of a tailbone at the deep natal cleft. The cheeks of the buttocks were prominent and well muscled, with little to no evidence of excess fat and or hair streaming downward and inward across the natal cleft. So Dr. Jeff checked out this and said, yeah, it's a butt. So there you go. So congratulations, Walla Walla. I mean, that is good stuff. Walla Walla, that is something to be proud of. That is something to be proud of, Walla Walla, Washington. So, oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Yeah, Chris Fleming. Gosh, I tell you, Chris Fleming is sick too. Man, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It actually is. It's a Walla Walla, Washington. So you can go see Bigfoot's butt. It's got a big butt. Speaking of big butts and Bigfoot, this is by what is this? I don't know. I don't want this Popkin. I don't know who that is, but. And then here's the deal with Bigfoot. I believe there are too many people that are seeing this bipedal creature. Evil, I have seen that. Here's the deal. People keep telling me to watch Evil. I tried. I really, honestly, I gave it a first season, and then I was just bored. And so for me, I just could not get into it. I just couldn't. And I tried. I gave it a whole entire season, and I was just like, I was just bored with it. So I stopped watching it. It just wasn't, I don't know. Yeah, it was boring at the start. Yeah. So yeah, it was just I could not get into it at all. But there is in Portland, Maine. I do believe there is something out there as far as this creature. We don't know what it is because there's too many people. You want to leave the Illuminati? Well, why did you join? So just leave. So leave it. I mean, okay. You want to leave the Illuminati? Why did you join it? Say goodbye. You left. Detached from evil from. Okay, so let me do this one real quick. It says here, is that Yeti hair real? So Maine's Cryptozoology Museum will make you wonder. And pioneering the curious field of cryptozoology since 1960s, Lauren Coleman, a longtime friend of this company whose name is synonymous with the search for cryptids, creatures like Yetis and Bigfoot and lake monsters whose existence is yet to be confirmed by mainstream science. So at the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine, you can see Coleman's massive collection, a treasure trove of specimens, replicas, and artifacts that bring cryptozoology to life. The museum's exhibits are a mix of fantastical and scientific, including Crookstone Bigfoot, an impressive 8.5 foot tall sculpture weighing 300 pounds, representing one of the most famous cryptids, life-size fiberglass model of this creature, which was once thought to be extinct, P.T. Barnum's mermaid, it's a replica, cryptid hair samples, allegedly, even fecal matter, footprint cast. I don't know. I just think there's too many people who are credible that are seeing something out there that we just simply don't know. Okay, then leave. Frank, just leave. No. I mean, you want to leave the Illuminati. Well, quite honestly, Frank, with all due respect, if it's on the website, you probably didn't join an Illuminati group. You probably joined a group that just probably took your money. I mean, that's, I did a presentation on the Illuminati once, and there's a lot of nonsense groups out there saying, we're the Illuminati, now charge $500 and charge $300 or whatever it is. And then you give them money, and then all of a sudden now they send you a little stupid card or whatever. And you think you're part of the Illuminati. With all due respect, you probably just joined a group of people that, scammers. Okay. A lot of people, let me tell you something. People are always asking me, do I think if you watch a paranormal show or paranormal movie or a demonic movie, can you be possessed? Folks, if that were the case, then possession would be a true epidemic. I mean, do you know how many people are watching scary movies or demonic movies? So now, can they influence, or can they perhaps? I won't watch a movie that has any type of invocation. I won't do that. I will not do that. There was a movie the other day that I watched. I forgot the trailer. I can't remember what it was, but they were doing an invocation, and they were invoking demon names. Nope. Oh, well, thank you there, Rosalie. Thank you. So I would not ever watch a movie that had any form of invocation, none at all. And so I think we have to be careful with thinking that, oh my gosh, so we have to constantly only watch Charlie Brown. It's because people try to make you think, oh my gosh, if you watch that scary movie, you're going to be possessed. It's like, okay, let's just relax a little bit. I don't buy that at all, because then I'd be having millions of people, literally millions of people, because millions of people watch scary movies, and it's just not the case. So I don't buy that. Yeah, but I don't support movies that have invocation and things of this. I would stay away from that. Yeah, Freddy Krueger. Yeah. You're welcome. All right, I know I've been talking a lot about. I have a lot of articles, but I can get into some of your questions if you have questions. What is the best advice if evil has been attacking you? I tell people all the time, why are people so intimidated with evil? I just don't understand that. And not to say that, Rosie, I'm not saying you are, but I don't understand why people are so preoccupied with evil and being victims of evil, and evil's here and God's here and evil's here and your faith is here. If your faith in God is strong, to hell with evil. Why would you be afraid? I don't understand. I don't get that. My brain just, I can't understand. There is no reason for you to fear evil. None at all. If anything, as I've said this before, they fear you. See, how many times, I've said this a lot. We are created in God's image. We are God's children. The moment you pray to our Father in heaven is the moment Satan and its cockroach coward demons tremble in fear. This victim mentality has got to stop. And really what it is, it's quite honestly, I think so much of it is media making, oh my God, demons are here and God is here. Demons have been so elevated to a deity status, and then God has been reduced to rubbish. That is such a distortion of the truth. There is no reason for you to fear demons whatsoever. None. But I mean, obviously, there is no reason for you to invoke demons either. So yeah, can they do damage? Certainly they can. If you allow them, yes. But this idea of being, I don't understand this victim mentality. I just don't get it. I don't understand that. So I believe some people are, Kevin. So this idea, so I would caution people about elevating demons to a deity status, because actually that's the Book of Enoch. And so just we have to stop that in this society. We have to stop that. I don't this devaluing God, this thing. I say to people all the time when they say they're being attacked by demons, and then I ask them, well, have you prayed to God? And how many times have I said this? And they say, yeah, but. Thank you. And I said, what do you mean, yeah, but? Yeah, but. So stop this. Stop the yeah, but stuff. Have you prayed to God? Yes or no? Yeah, but. See, that's what it was like. You know what? If you're going to stay in that victim mentality, that's up to you. But I'm not going to let a coward cockroach intimidate me at all. So because I am not intimidated by these cowards, because that's exactly what they are. They are cowards. They attack people when they're vulnerable because they are cowards. They are far more afraid of you than you should be of them. So prayers. I like the Psalm 93 prayer. I also there's Psalm 91. I also love Psalm 23. I love Saint Michael prayer. So I mean, I would certainly, that's the Our Father, of course. And but I mean, the Psalms are beautiful. And Psalm 91, by the way, is known as the Exorcist prayer. And so, but the St. Michael prayer. So, yeah. Hello. Oh, do I believe you can bring things through a Ouija board? Nope. I don't believe it. I absolutely know it. 1,000,000%. Psalm 91. This is the Exorcist prayer. Listen to me let me make this very clear. There are people that's going to tell you, oh, no, I played with the Ouija board and nothing's ever happened. I'm telling you, they're leading you down the wrong road. Don't listen to those people. Please don't listen to those people. I cannot tell you how many times, how many cases I have worked where people played with the Ouija board, all hell broke loose in their home. And that's because they went online, they watched some clown on social media saying that the Ouija board was completely safe. And then they went and they bought, and then all hell breaks loose in their home. And people keep playing with this thing. It's a form of imitation. And that form of imitation is what you do not need to get. Just stay away from. Just stay away from it. People are going to lead you down the wrong road, telling you there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. It is. You're right. It's a portal. It's an open invitation. Now they have this, as if the Ouija board's not bad enough. There you go. So now they have the Holy Spirit board, folks. The Holy Spirit board, which, by the way, was purchased by a family. And then they had violent activity occur in their home. Well, thank you. Here it is. I'll move this. Let me just move this. There it is. And I'll keep praying to my Sky Daddy, and I'll pray for you too, because obviously you definitely need a little bit more prayers than I do. For the Holy Spirit board, this is what it is. There it is. And this is the they call this the magic cross. There it is. So yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny how people come in and they attack God as if, that's going to make me think, maybe you're right. Calling God Sky Daddy, maybe that, here's the deal. Either I'm right or you're wrong. And by mocking God, that's blasphemy. That's pretty damn dumb. That's really stupid. I'm sorry, that's pretty dumb. That's pretty stupid. Yeah. But anyway, yep, it is mocking God. It is. It's blasphemy. But yeah, this is blasphemy too. And it says here, remember, anyone who says that. So they have rules here. They have rules. Rules in the board. It says, yeah, anyone who says that the Holy Spirit board doesn't work is both a liar and a sinner in the eyes of our Lord. Amen. Oh, like I said, I've said this before. It works, but you ain't gonna be caught. You ain't gonna be speaking to the Holy Spirit. And so, anyway, you ain't gonna be speaking to the Holy Spirit. I can tell you that right now. So, anything for a buck, anything for a buck. So, you know what? That's what I'm saying. They just I manufactured it. It says Holy Spirit Games or something. I don't want to give too much information because I don't want people to go out and buy the damn thing and then to come out into me and says, oh my gosh, Bishop Long, I bought the Holy Spirit board because I thought I was going to talk to Jesus, and now all hell is broken in my home. Can you come fix it? And I'm going to say no. Well, why not? Because I'm not the one who broke it. That's the God's honest truth. How do you get rid of attachments? The first question I would ask is, how did you get it? How did you get the attachments in the first place? That would be the first thing. And so you'd have to figure out, number one, how you got it. So you didn't get it. If someone has an attachment, there's a reason that they got that attachment. Okay. I agree. Well, see, the thing is that I take them from people's homes and then I give presentations on them, because if I say now there's a Holy Spirit board, I used to teach kids with learning disabilities. And so people learn differently. So when I do a presentation, I know that not everyone is going to learn by a lecture style. There are people who are visual learners. So if I say a Holy Spirit board is one thing, but then when I say, okay, here's what the Holy Spirit board looks like, I think it brings it to life to visual learners, and that it's no longer just a concept, but an actual something tangible that they can see. And so this is one of the reasons why I take these items from people's homes when I do presentations, so that people can see this type of stuff is real, and to stay away from it. And because these things are bad, there's nothing good that's going to come from this. And there's a lot of people going around telling people that the Ouija board is it's nothing bad, nothing's going to happen. And I'm telling you, they are wrong. They're wrong. Plain and simple, they're wrong. And people say, oh, here's the deal. I've told you a million times, I do not get paid as being clergy. I do not charge for performing an exorcism. I don't charge at all for any of my ministry. So there's nothing that I'm not doing this for any other purpose other than to educate you for what I've seen and witnessed. There's no other ulterior motive. I'm not being sponsored by any company to say this or that. I'm just telling you what I've seen. And what I've seen is people who use Ouija board later regret it. And then they expect me to fix it. It doesn't work that way. No, if I have, there's a difference, Kevin, when you're talking about exorcisms. There is the minor rite of exorcism, there's a deliverance, and then there's the solemn rite of exorcism. So the minor rite of exorcism is when a demonic has infested itself within the home. Now, you can perform that by yourself because you're not performing an exorcism on a person. You're not performing an exorcism on the home either. You're blessing the home. You're forcing the entity to manifest, to expel it. And then there's a prayer of deliverance. So someone has an attachment and you can pray over that person. That's called a supplicating exorcism to remove that attachment. That can be done by yourself. But an imperative exorcism is the solemn rite of exorcism, which cannot and should never be done by yourself. You should always have an assistant and someone who's monitoring the vitals of the possessed, because the person could go into a heart attack or stroke. I have done 31, and I'm working another case that's going to require an exorcism. So that's yep. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, I have a chat here, a chat here, a chat here. So there's multiple, chats open. So let me scroll up here. There we go. Well, happy Saturday too. Yeah, well, that's what we can pray for the people, but they keep doing it. Oh. Well, thank you, Iris. I appreciate that. Have you watched the movie The Exorcist? The one? Oh, sure. Do I believe in spirits? Good spirits? Yep, I do. Luna. Yeah, I don't believe everything is demons. There's some people that believes everything is demon. That's just simply not true. Well, thank you very much there, Rosemary. Don't like palm reading. No one's going to tell me my future. My future is not going to be based on my palm or a card. My future is going to be based on the decisions that I make. So I don't put any type of, this is just me, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not going to put any type of stock in a card that's going to tell me my future, because I'm in control of my future, not a card. I'm in my future, not a palm reader. So I choose my future through the decisions that I make today. So the decisions that I make today will affect my tomorrow, not a deck of cards. So I just don't buy that. But I know some people who do, and that's their right to believe it. But I don't accept that. And I've seen, to be honest with you, I've seen even people use the angel, cards, tarot cards. Some of the things that I've been watching, it's just like, it's so generic. It is so generic. You're going through a transition in your life right now, and you're really struggling about what decision that you need to make. You know in your heart what you already need to do, but you just, for some reason, something is holding you back. This card right here says there's an elevator, a door, and the door is holding you back from going through. So you must be struggling with something we're all going through transitions in our life. Every single one of us, every single day when you wake up, you're going through some form of transition. You got to make a decision one way or the other. I mean, come on. It's general statements like that. It's like, okay, you know what? Tell me my mom's maiden name. Tell me what my mom said to me when she was passing away, or tell me something other than I feel a woman. There's a woman beside you. She's an older woman. Well, Einstein, I'm so happy you gave me a beautiful reading. I think we all have had some elderly woman in our lives who have passed on. Boy, I tell you, that's genius. I mean, that is a round of applause, everybody. That is genius. See, it's just nonsense stuff like that. That is so absurd. These readings, some of these readings are truly ignorant. Just ignorant. They're so basic that it could be for every single one of us. Every one of us. And I just like, yeah, well, what is, nope, what, I don't know what that is there, Captain Rabbi. But I think people are so desperate, and I understand people are so desperate to hear from their loved ones. I get it, especially loved ones who have passed. I understand that. And I think these people who, your mom says that, I'm getting a message from a mother who's wanting me to tell you that there was some unfinished business between you guys. And she's telling you to let it go, that it's okay, that she's at peace. Some of you are like, is he talking about my mom? No, I ain't talking about your mama. No. See, that's what they do. And it's utter nonsense. I mean, now look, I know people who are gifted. I've said this before. I know people who are absolutely gifted. But I know a lot of people who are as psychic as I am, and I'm not psychic. So anyway, just kind of, I definitely believe that our loved ones can visit us. Absolutely. No question about it. None. See, look, let me tell you something. When people start getting into trouble, when they start doing things to try to connect to the dead, and there's a lot of people who prey on that. There's a lot of people who take advantage of another person's grief. I've dealt with this where people come to me and said, I gave my entire savings. I was so furious. There was I was so mad. I think she was 70 years old, and she had been married to her husband for 50 years. And he had passed away, and it was a quick passing, and they were working on some type of financial, life insurance or something that he had, and they were talking about it, and he was telling her about it, but they didn't get to finish the whole story. And so he passed away, and she was just devastated. So she went to one of these clowns who claimed to be psychic. And again, I'm going to say it again. I know people who are psychic mediums who are truly gifted. I'm going to say that very clearly. But she went to one of these con men. And this dirty, rotten, low-life, egg-sucking dog took this woman, this 70-year-old elderly woman, took her for $23,000. And she came to me, and she was elderly. That was every penny she had. And this dirty snake, this slithering demonic snake, took advantage of this elderly woman and kept telling her, oh, your husband is coming through. He's coming through. He's coming. But he's telling me he's fading away. We're going to have to do another session. And that's what that slithering snake did to this. And I don't care. People are like, you shouldn't say that. You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. I don't, you know what? If you don't like the fact that I call this person a dirty, rotten, low-life, egg-sucking dog, because they are. If you don't like it, I don't really give a rat's ass. Bye. See ya. Go talk to your therapy, because the office hours is not, sorry, they're closed. I don't care. I don't care. I don't like these type of people. These people are disgusting. Vile human beings. Demonic. I truly think they are demonic. And they knew exactly what they were doing to this elderly woman. They knew exactly what they were doing to her. Took her for every penny she had. Because they were talking about, because he had handled all the finances. And that's the way their relationship was, and that's okay. She did, I can't remember, it's been maybe 10, 15 sessions. I forgot what it was, but it was quite expensive. She was charging an arm and a leg. But that's what she kept doing. So she recorded a session with this con dirty scumbag and this con person. And the person would always say, oh, he's telling me that he did get a special insurance. And this is exactly somewhat, I'm paraphrasing. He got a special insurance and it's like $500,000. And he wants me to tell you that he did sign it and it is, he's fading away again. No, he's fading. And then she would be crying. This elderly woman would be crying. No, tell him I need to hear. He's fading away. We're going to have to book another session. There's a special place in hell for scumbags like that. And I don't care I don't care. That is evil. That is demonic. That is on the level of, that is a low life that I have my collar on, so I'm going to be kind. Yeah, it's predatory. I mean, this is an elderly woman who was in the middle of grief. And this scumbag knows this and kept leading her on to do another session and another session. And she knew what she was doing until she didn't have any more money. She had nothing left, nothing. She had her disability, not her disability, but her Social Security. That's all she had. And then that piece of scum said, well, I won't be able to do it anymore because she was charging an arm and a leg for these sessions, but I can do it like a 15-minute session. So basically she was wanting her to give her, the scumbag, to give her the rest of her Social Security check. I don't know. I just, people like that. Yeah. So this is the type of stuff that I really hate. I hate when people are taking advantage of. I hate scumbags. I don't like people who prey on other people, and I certainly don't like anybody who preys on a 70-year-old woman who just lost her husband of 50 years. You're right. That's a good. They are psycho. Kimberly, you're right on the money. No pun intended. You're right. They are psychopaths. They truly are. They are psychopaths. Yeah, you don't mess with the elderly. But that's with anybody. I've heard stories where even, a wife, she lost her husband, or I've heard so many stories. I could write a book just on people contacting me, telling me how they went to a psychic and the psychic took them for everything. There was one woman who had a gambling problem, and she knew she had it. And this was a serious problem. She legit had it was bad. So she went to this psychic, and this psychic knew she had a gambling problem. She wasn't a psychic, she was a fraud. So she went to this woman who was claimed to be a psychic, and this fraudster knew this woman had a major gambling problem. She told this woman to take a second mortgage on her home, and that she would absolutely promise her she's getting her spirit guides are telling her the numbers of the lottery. She took a second mortgage on her home. Now she had 2 kids and a husband good man, good family. But she had this gambling addiction. She took a second mortgage on her home. I mean, it was a pretty massive amount of money. She gave it to this fraud. This fraud then told her a series of numbers that she could play this week and play that this week and play this week. And that's what she did. She took all the money. She gave this massive amount of money to this fraud. And then she spent all this money on the lottery and won nothing. Nothing. But she lost everything, including her marriage, including her home. And so that when it comes to psychic mediums, when I say that I believe this person is truly gifted, you can understand that when I say something like that, now that you know my feelings on people who claim to be psychic mediums, I know people who are legitimate without question. Without question, I met them. I'm good friends with Chip Coffey, and Chip is the one. I love Chip. Love Chip. He is a good man. What Chip will do is he'll do the readings, But if someone had lost recently a loved one, he'll do 3 readings and that's it for them. He'll say, that's it, no more, no more. And he will tell the person, I'm not doing any more. And then he will he's told me several times, look, this person's really struggling with grief. I'm not doing any more readings for them. They knew I was only going to do 3. I'm not doing any more. And so there have been times where I've spoken to them because they were in the process of, in the grieving process. And the readings were very good for them, but they wanted more. And Chip said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to, that's it. So. But I do know people who are. Matter of fact, I've told this story before. Oh, you hadn't heard it all. I told this story before. I was a chaplain for a major metropolitan police department, and there was a psychic medium. I didn't know this person at all, and they contacted the police and told the police where they would find there was a missing person. And they told them where they could find this person, the missing, the remains. I was there on scene to keep the family from running on the scene because they didn't want any type of evidence to be destroyed or what that might be there. And the family was a hardcore psychic mediums. They're all the devil and all this. They were very hardcore about that. But this psychic medium told the police where they would find this missing person. I was there. I was on the scene. And the police found the remains of their loved ones within 5 feet of where this psychic medium told them where they would find it. And I can't explain that. I cannot explain that. And people say, well, that's demonic. It is not. Demons do not give you peace of mind. They take your peace of mind. And because the family was able to give their loved one a proper burial and put closure on this missing person case. And after that, by the way, that family's perspective on psychic mediums completely changed. Totally changed. So I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. And I mean, I can't deny it. And the psychic medium didn't do it. The psychic medium didn't harm that person. So, I saw it, Are you a part of the harlot? Oh, yes. Okay, I sure am. Why don't you give me a call, Paul? Raul asked, are you a part of the harlot? Oh, yeah. Well, let me just block you there, Raul. There you go, buddy. There you go, Raul. No. That person would not. That person didn't know that family from Adam. No, they were completely. The police were not. Of course, the police. We were all stunned, but no, they were free of any type of charges. There was no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Some people you got to say, okay, I'm so happy that you came here on a Saturday night to harass clergy because, dude, I live a pretty boring life, and that's pretty sad to go troll clergy on a Saturday night on TikTok. Boy, that's a life, man. That's what I want to do. Stay in and harass clergy. I mean, I'm telling you what, that seriously, when trolls like that, you just have to say, really? Seriously? Are you sure about that troll? Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah. I don't know. What sometimes you just have to say, okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Troll. Yeah. But anyway, well, I appreciate that. I try to be. Another troll. Wow, another troll on Messenger. You're a fake clergy, and you're going to burn in the fiery pits of hell, the person says. That's what the person said on Messenger. Mr. Troll, I'd like to see things from your point of view, but I can't seem to get my head that far up my ass. So I'm sorry about that, but we'll have to put the block on that. There we go. Block. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay. So anyway, oh, no, you don't understand. I'm not intimidated by him. No. It is interesting because, you kind of just try to understand their point of view, but I don't know. So anyway. Okay. Seriously, I mean, trolls are the reason gene pool needs a lifeguard. I mean, that, honest to God. But all right. Oh, well, I agree. Yeah, the trolls are interesting people. They are interesting people. They're not the brightest. They're not the brightest. They truly are. They are the reason a bottle of shampoo has directions. So we just have to say, okay, yes, all right. So you have to say, all right, that's fine, Mr. Troll. All right. Yeah, the bishop is trolling the trolls. The bishop is trolling the trolls. Anyway, so I'm thinking I'm going to wrap things up. I mean, you have to throw it right back at them. I mean, it's you can't let them all have all the fun. All right, yeah, don't drink the shampoo. Trolls, don't drink it. It's not good. Don't do that. That's bad. That is bad. So yeah, that is bad. Wow. Okay. Shampoo has directions. Yeah. The ones that the trolls use. Yeah. So anyway, hang on there, Armand Sami. I'll bring you up in just a second. I'll chat for a few seconds on Facebook, on TikTok. For those of you in Spreaker, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. So hold on there, Armin, or what was your name? Well, you just left. Armin, you just left. You just requested. I was going to bring you up here on the live, but I don't know. All right, let's close this out on Spreaker. So Armin, if you're still here, I'd be more than happy to tell you. Come on up here. Anyway, remember, my friends, I tell you, you gotta have humor. Look, seriously, this is why I tell you this, truly. And I tell you this all the time. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. You are priceless, and don't let any troll tell you or convince you otherwise. And I really mean that. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Rumble. Good night to you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night for our Bible study. Bye-bye.